For photographing and filming wildlife, I need a backpack that's tough, versatile and comfortable enough that I can wear all day. So I chose the Lowepro Whistler 450. Hi and welcome to my beautiful office. Over the years I've bought a few camera backpacks, and with each one I gained more and more experience with what I really need out of a bag. To be comfortable, as well as having enough room in the bag to be able to film, photograph anything that's going on, have spare batteries there and everything else that goes with filming and photographing wildlife. So I thought, have a talk about my choices. Let's go back to the start. So I had a small bag that was from Lowepro, and that was okay to start with, but it was a bit small. Quite comfortable, everything worked really well on it, get into it easy, everything like that. But as you improve with your photography, you start to want more items. So I had to get a bigger bag. So my next one was the Lowepro Tracker. And I found that to be extremely comfortable, but it was just a little bit big and bulky for getting around in the forest for a day trip. So for overnight hiking, I did that a few times with it, but I found I had to have a hell of a lot of stuff on the outside. So it just wasn't the right bag for that type of event. So I ended up deciding that I needed two bags. One for actual overnight hiking, because I don't have that much camera gear in the bag when I'm doing that sort of thing because of weight. You want to keep things down nice and light. So it was more about for your camping stuff and your cooking stuff. And a separate bag for when I come out into my reserve and go on a little day trip somewhere where I'm not taking tents and things. A bag that's just made for camera gear. So I moved over to F-Stop. I thought I'd give them a go, the Agena, the 40-litre Agena. I threw that bag away after a couple of years. I hated it, uncomfortable, and all the other stuff that went with it. It just didn't suit me at all. So I thought I'd go back to Lowepro. They had the Whistler, which is the competitor to the Agena. I thought I'd give that a go. It looked like it might work out for me a bit better. A little heavier, but hopefully it'd be a lot more comfortable. And it certainly was. And it's this model here that I originally had, and I bought it 5 years ago. But now it's looking ragged because I don't look after my camera bags. I forget about them. Once I get home, they go sit in the cupboard until I use them the next day, and I just forget. So it was looking ratty, but also the zips were starting to fail. Well, this is my old bag, and this is the compartment where the zips are playing up. So both of them will open up as I'm walking along down the trail, just come apart. And also, just open this up a little bit, this zip here just come off. Now what happens with zips after they're used for a long time, frequently, like I do, they start to wear out on the actual zip part here. So at the backs, the gap gets quite big. So what I learnt myself is get a pair of pliers and crimp that down a little bit. And you can keep doing that for a while until they start to wear completely out and break apart. So that's a little trick for you. If you've got a zip that isn't, compressing, it's not going to sit there. We'll lay that down. If it's not going to compress all those little zip parts together, lock them in properly, clamp it down a bit at the back, but be careful, don't compress it all the way down. You only want to go a little bit, just a millimetre, maybe two if it's a big gap. That'll fix it. I thought, no, it's time for me to get another bag, and I was so happy with this bag that I decided that I would go with it again. You're probably sitting back now thinking, I wouldn't buy this bag again if the zips were stuffing up. Yeah, definitely would look for another brand. Wouldn't go with this one again. But here's the thing. For the average person, probably get 15 years out of this bag before they'd start to think, oh, it's fading a bit. You know, the zips, everything's going all right, but it's just looking a little daggy because I throw it around a bit. For me, that happens in a much shorter time. I wear my things out pretty quickly because I'm out here just about every day. So your 10 years is my 5. So I'm halving the life of my equipment because I'm using it a hell of a lot more than the average person. So lasting 5 years being tortured, I just think this is just an awesome bag, and yeah, definitely why I went for it again. I have to say though that the Whistler 450 has a weight limit where it starts to get slightly uncomfortable. Keeping it to 10 kilos, it's beautiful. You don't really feel it on your back. After that weight, yes, you start to feel it. It's not as comfortable, so if I can avoid it, that's the way I work with it. Now this isn't the latest version, and the reason why I went for the version before that, again, was the latest one just wasn't available in Australia. Out of stock. No one could sort of say when they were going to have them back in stock. This was marked down, $100 below its normal price. So it was a bargain I couldn't ignore. I could get these easy. The differences between the two are not a lot. Well, not enough for me to hang on and wait for the new version to come out. The new version has a deeper top pocket. It has a sleeve inside for a laptop, and it's a tiny bit lighter. So it wasn't enough reason for me to hang around or wait for another bag to come. I needed something now. The zips were pissing me off. Yeah, we'll go for it again, and I am rapt that I stuck with this bag. It is so comfortable, and it just suits me down to the ground. And I would probably buy it again, but hopefully that latest version. Well, now it's time for what's in the bag. So we'll have a look at how I have it set up inside, and what I have in all the different pockets around the place. Yeah, so just explore this bag. On the outside of the bag, I have my DJI Action 4 fitted onto the front strap. And it goes into that elastic little strap there. And yeah, I just carry it around like that. It's nice and easy to get to. And it's something I've done for quite some years with the original Osmo Action as well. The front waist strap, we have that nice little pocket, put the phone in. This side pocket here is where I have my water bladder. So I just shove that in there and feed hose around and have it coming down on the other side there. Again, using those elastic straps to keep it all nice and neat. It has other pockets inside that are across, horizontal, and I put my toilet paper in them and anything else that I might want to put in there, a notebook or something like that to write stuff down. If I see you on the trail, I might write your phone number down or something like that. You just never know. It's handy. So that's where I put my water bladder. We have this big nice pocket here. It's, oops, that we can open up. There's 2 zips come from either way, and I can fit quite a lot of stuff in there. And when I'm sitting waiting for antichines to come out of their nesting boxes, I use this to get rid of those mozzies certain times of the year, like now. I need to spray it around my feet and everything to keep them away. Man, they just go nuts. And you'll see them flying around my face at the minute. And we can also make this back compartment even bigger. So we can shove raincoats and down jackets and stuff in there. So if you want that little bit extra space, we just simply open up all the way around. There's another zip here, just pull that down, and that gives you a bit more room, a couple of inches extra. And yeah, I do that quite often during the winter months. On the back we have, straps for putting all sorts of things. They make this more for the mountaineer guy rather than, just someone like me that hacks around the forest. So for pickaxes and all those type of things, it's more designed for that. Holding skis as well. So these straps here help out with holding the skis on there nicely, straight up and down. But I use it for my tripod, of course. There's no pocket on this side. So a little limited with pockets to a degree, but I've made this work for me over the years. It was something when I first bought this bag, I thought, would have really have loved another pocket on there. So, instead of having my bladder on this side, I could have had it on this side and had my toilet paper and all those sort of things on the other side. But we've worked around these things, and I've learnt that I didn't really need it after all. But we can shove lots of other things in there. We've got straps laid out there for anything that you need. And on this one here, we can hook other little bags on there if we like extra lens bag or something. With the part that goes onto your back, that unzips, and we can get into our camera gear. This has a couple of pockets on here. So one that I use for my USB-C cables for my power bank to keep my camera running when I'm filming wildlife, and an extra CF card just in case. There's a couple of extra pockets there for that. On the inside of the camera bag itself, this is the way I've always had my other one set up. So I've kept this one the same because it works for me beautifully. You get these extra pockets that Velcro on. You can take them out if you like and set them up in any sort of configuration you like. For like batteries, again, I have cables in there normally. Spare battery for the Osmo action camera. A bag that I've recently bought for having all my extra camera gear in. DJI gimbal as well, I needed somewhere to put that. Headlamps, extra batteries, all those sort of things. So that bag's been fantastic, and we'll have a look at that another day. They have Velcro tops for each pocket so that things don't come out. So if you pick it up and you're walking with it with the bag open, your lenses and that aren't going to fall out. So I've adopted that and actually pinched some of those tops to put into here, especially for this little pocket here. I've got this top, Velcro top on, so that I can keep my 24 to 105 lens secure. If I want to pick the bag up and get something out of the top here, I'm not going to have lenses and that fall out. So it's just a great little addition, and really enjoying having these lids to be able to keep things safe, not fall out. Shoved another pocket in here, and that's for the extra plates for my tripod. I keep them in there. I've got an actual cover for the camera, so if I'm filming and it starts drizzling, it's not too bad and it's going to stop soon, I'll put this over the camera and leave it on the tripod. And underneath this lid, I keep my lavalier kit in this pocket here. I'm using it at the minute, so I can't show you that, but that's where it normally lives. And also an extra shotgun microphone. I keep that handy, always in the bag. That lives in that pocket along with my power bank for when I'm filming wildlife. Yeah, that sits down the bottom there. In this compartment I have my camera, and I always have the 100 to 500 RF lens attached to it. Now it can flop around a little bit, and I'm still looking for a Velcro strap to just lock it down, something that's quick and easy, non-fuss. We had to set up so that it's not slapping into my back, because it can happen every now and then. With my other bag, I learnt that you can't have the camera's hot shoe pointing out this way. I have to turn the camera around so that it doesn't wear a hole in this material here. That's what happened with the other one. It's very thin, keep things light, and it wore a hole in it. So having the camera around the other way has stopped that. Let's have a look in the top of the bag. It is a little unorganised just at the minute. First aid kit. Now that comes with your Lowepro tracker. I've kept that going for quite some years. It's a really, really handy little bag. It's looking a little daggy, but keeps all my first aid gear nice and neat and easy to get to. I have the Riva Ring ND filter system. Quick look at that. So these are just fantastic for filming wildlife. You know, non-fuss, quick and easy. Fits onto any lens. If I can get that to work so you can see how it fits on any lens. You just put it in, let go, snaps in, screw it in a little bit, and we're done. So really, really handy for me to have that in the top of the bag, ready for action. I have some spare batteries in it, and some batteries I've just taken out of my trail camera, out of my nesting box, that I have to throw out. Yeah, battery for the XF400. And yeah, anything else that I need to put in there that's small, like my monitor that I'm using at the minute for filming myself and see that I look nice and pretty, that my collar is all nice and that the camera's focusing on me. That lives in there as well. And the top part, having that nice little, netted material. CF cards from my trail camera, headphones, a key for a ladder that I have out in the forest, battery for the Osmo action camera, nice little key holder. I use that a lot for, I go driving somewhere and I want to lock the car up, just put it all in there, I'm not going to lose it. She's absolutely ripping into me now. It's time for me to finish. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell. You'll get notification whenever I do anything else. Excuse me. And if you'd like to give me a thumbs up, hit that little thumbs up button down there. That'd be awesome. Help my poor little channel grow. And if you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take you to my channel. I talk about photographing and filming in the forest and open forest environments, birds in flight, tons of stuff. Whenever I go on adventures, I always take you with me. And when I buy cameras and camera accessories, I do reviews on them and give you my honest opinion on them. Go and have a browse. There'll be something there of interest to you, I am sure. Now just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing, filming wildlife, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.